What's up? Silly, Jur, Ricky, welcome. Let's get those redeems in. Jur, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Ooh. Alright. So I just cracked this open. Something else in here, I think. Let's take a look. Oh, this is like horribly out of center, huh? Alright, take a look and see what we got. We got oh. What is this? Okay, so this is talking about the raw. Can't wait to try out the play when I bring it back home to Taiwan with me. Hope the PCB still works. Hope it does too. Let me know how it'll go. I got a bunch of, I guess, our gaskets. We got some gaskets and some gaskets and some hardware. I think this is, yeah, there's a PCB. Nice, included daughter board separate from it. I am a little confused on what this is. Is this like some kind of I'm thinking this is like a plateless alignment tool of some kind. It's like a kind of a one-time use thing. Can you do plateless on this? Ooh, it's heavy. Oh my god. Looks like it. Ooh, look at that. Conan, welcome. Yeah, plateless tool. So you can do plateless on this. Is that right? Damn, this thing is heavy. This is like a horrible idea to get this, huh? And this is just like one big old block right here, so they needed to, what looks like, produce a PCB that had the cuts, which it's there. Plate as well. I guess we could throw in some feet right off the bat if we wanted. Shiny though? Yeah. Let's look at this angle. This raw is reminiscent of the F1 raw that I have. Never got that brass. Did you ever get a 2000 Mini SE? I did. I actually kind of like it, if not, you know, despite all of the other bullshit surrounding it, right? I actually do really like the 2000 Mini. Yeah, it's a nice board for sure. I don't know. How do you feel about it? Do you have one? So we got some press-in, circular press-in feet. That's different. Sick and a half. Okay, so here are my thoughts on it. I didn't like the rollout. I didn't like the delays. I think the rollout was marred by, you know, the creator guy, I don't know, just doing a bunch of cringe stuff. Delays are bad. My personal situation, it ended up in the hands of my ex, so then I had to go and figure that whole situation out. And like they tied colors to layouts, so HHKB only came in red. So there's a lot of little bullshit about it, but then like despite all that, it is nice. It is a nice board. My video buffered. I didn't hear what you said. Did you hear all that? Ricky, welcome. How heavy is this board? It's heavy. My scale is in the other room, but I could go grab it. That's another thing I need to start weighing all my boards, huh? I'll be back. The 2000 Mini, yes. Should be in the collection. Should be able to see it. £7 unbuilt. Nothing in it. Pretty heavy boy. I thought you weren't buying heavy boards. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. I think when I bought it, I kind of got like FOMO. I was like, oh, this is it's a Geon HHKB board, and it's like kind of hype. So I went and got it. It's heavy. It's like I'll make exceptions if for example, I like the design, I like the creator, and there's some sort of respect demanded out of it. I'll make an exception here. This is a cool PCB. Look at this design. That's pretty sick. Holy smokes. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's check it out. It should be on there. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Built it in late summer of 2024. It's a nice board. Hang on. I'll leave that there, I guess. Okay, so what do we gotta do? We gotta test PCB, work on some stabilizers. Where does this even... Oh, I guess we have to take it apart. So this is an interesting thing too, is just... I've been receiving boards recently where the daughter board is like already installed. Which is nice, because then I don't have to like fiddle around with it, but is also not nice when I have to, or when I'm trying to like do some testing on it. I think I'll put it back. I guess I could take a quick peek at that, whatever that thing was. Alright, it came with a bunch of these things. I don't know how exactly these are supposed to work. Looks like... Oh. What? Is it like... I see. Okay, so there's some kind of PCB mounting to this. I don't know where these things go. Do they just kind of go wherever you want them to? How? Because let's take a look. Glare60 keyboard build guide. Has anyone built a Glare TKL? Alright, I'm just kind of looking at the Glare TKL instructions at this point. Glare TKL looks like it's a top mount. Alright, when you go to G on site, glare60, there's nothing there. Perfect. Alright, look, there's a glare65, also has nothing there. Glare60. Is there like an exploded view, a mounting, information of some kind? Okay, here is a picture. Oh, okay, this makes more sense now. Alright, let me open this picture and share it. So it looks like at all the spots that you're supposed to, like you see the like edge cuts, they're kind of highlighted in copper. So every edge cut right here, I guess that's just where it goes, and then you just press it in, I suppose. And so this does allow for a plateless build. To be honest though, I'm not a huge plateless guy. I'd rather have a plate, personally. What do you guys think? What are your guys' opinions? I wonder what the order should be, though. Should we put these in first before mounting switches to a plate and through to the PCB? I'm guessing so. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So this PCB is for win keyless, and it's like, I guess each one kind of is like sort of set up different. Like the PCB has to be different. Like the idea of how you put together the assembly is different. Obviously the case got to be different too. That's pretty interesting. Ah, shit, is there there might be an upside. It looks like the side that has like more lines on it is the top side, I guess. The side that has a bigger vein. You know, what's kind of cool is you do this, right? And what I'm realizing is I probably don't need this ESD bag on the table because it's just like it's going to be lifted up anyways just by laying down on these I don't know what you call these. I don't know what the name for these are. Yeah, so I guess you just kind of push it down. So this is like kind of like pushing down a it's kind of like pushing down like an assembly that has an O-ring in it, but different because you don't have an O-ring. And I'm guessing that there's these like little extra cuts here just for you to be able to like help you lift it out. That's what I'm curious about, is like the idea of like lifting this out. How does that exactly work? I wonder. Two one. Welcome. Test. Oh my goodness. Hey. Tyler. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Welcome everybody. Just getting started on this glare60. Just came in. Coming today or yesterday? I already forgot. My days have kind of been scrambled lately. But Frank, welcome. Alright. Authorize. 115, that's crazy. Alright, split right, split back. Ooh, I like that it's all set up nicely. Ooh, that is nice. Nice VA. glare60 HHKB, yes. Oh, I like this. This is all like very done. A couple of small adjustments to make. There's delete is a little not where I'd like for that to be. We can put the eject button as well. We could add those math symbols. Cool, yeah. Layers, we'll do TG2 there. TG2 up, left, down, right. Okay, cool. Ooh, that's been a while. What is it? Stream drop a while back, or I'm bugging? How's the stream? Is it me or is it silly? Because blockers are solid, they rise from the bottom. They rise from bottom up to top. Yes, the blockers are solid. It's like kind of one piece. I mean, not really, because you know there's a weight, but like there's no top case as far as I can tell. And this is actually similar. We saw this with the snake a couple weeks ago. Oh, snake, different mounting style, but solid blockers. What else have we seen it on? I think that was the first time we ever saw like gasketed solid blockers. I think Duck Sidewinder. Duck Sidewinder had solid blockers, but that was tray mount. There's definitely probably others. Alright, everything checks out. Cool. Alright, gotta do some stabilizers. As far as I understand, we are allowed to use screw-ins. And I think I do have like an Owl Lab set left over, but I do have a bunch of these like Knight and Type Plus. What do you guys think? What should I use? Let's take a look and see. If I just look at them, will I be intimidated? This looks like Knight stabilizers look kind of standard. Is there anything special about Knight stabilizers? I know that these the Type Plus ones. Oh, just gotta cut this, I guess. The Type Plus ones, these are really weird because of the curved wire. Like there's a left and a right, which like has always concerned me. I think someone had sent like a it was like a guide on how to tune these Type Plus stabilizers, and now I need to go and find that. Oh my god. Type Plus stabilizer. Does anyone have that? I think it was like in a Notion or something. Terrifying. 2, 2, 3. That's interesting. Is that interesting? No, I guess that's normal. Oh shit, did I already forget what I'm doing here? Fuck. Okay, so this is... Yeah, I'm just not used to this, is just the real truth of it. How does this work? I don't know how you operate this. I see. Okay, that kind of makes sense, but how does the insert work? How the hell does this work? What the? This is crazy. Like, what's the order? Jesus Christ. I want to learn it. Just because I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice by not. But at the same time, like, what? You know? Make sure you pick the correct side. Most definitely am not. Okay. I think I'm getting it. Okay, I think this is correct. But then now, what's hard is like, how do you actually tune this? Okay, like I seem to have gotten it assembled, but I have not tuned this at all. Do you have to tune all of these parts, like, how do I put it? While they're apart, or should you assemble them first? This thing is like kind of weird and crazy. Yeah, apart. Well, okay, so my problem with the idea of doing it apart is that, like, if it's all together, I'm gonna be like getting my greasy hands all over this while it's all like lubed, like trying to put it all together. Just like other stabilizers. Oh, just like other stabilizers, but it does feel significantly more confusing. Is there like a guide or anything anywhere on how to actually do this? It's like, okay, like I just Googled Type Plus stabilizers, and then like what's kind of crazy is that, like, for example, I clicked on, what did I click on? I don't know what I clicked on at this point. All right, I lost it. Okay. Oh man, I gotta watch a YouTube video for this. It's crazy. All right. So, like, this is, or should you specifically not be using BDZ on this? Because at no point did I hear a suggestion to do so. Oh, I think I missed one. Yes. Alright, we're learning tonight. I'll get that video open up shortly. I just still would like to continue learning. Okay, so I think I have those all oriented correctly. But let me also get that YouTube video open. See if we can learn anything. Oh, what are your guys' opinions on those little sticker pads? Do you guys use those sticker pads for the PCB? Are those sticker pads or are those... Feo, welcome. I guess I'm a little confused still by all of this. Oh! I never use those sticker pads. I don't like how the stabilizers feel with them. I think the stickers are for thinner PCBs. Standard is 1.6, and is 1.2. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. I'm just gonna try my best. I've never. These have always been intimidating me. I'm not gonna lie. Do any of you guys use BDZ with this? Or no? Because this feels like, because of how different this is, I feel like it would just turn out to be messier attempting to use BDZ. No BDZ, I wouldn't use BDZ at all. Okay. How would you lube the wire? Just normal? Like, lube the wire like you would lube a regular wire? But then, like, you know, insert it in? Or would you just, like, kind of snap it in first and then lube it? I guess that's the other thing, too, is when you say use very little, regular spots light. Okay. Lube before assembly. Oh, shoot. I don't think I actually did the housing on the previous one. You're not gonna choke the housing with lube with this one? Alright. If you say so. If you say so. I'm just like trying to be real careful with the orientation because it's just, okay, to me it's just very bizarre that there is an orientation. Like, that just seems very complicated. Like, the payoff better be pretty good. That's what I think. Is the payoff that good? Because I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I did just buy 250 2U stabilizers from Mauser, like cherry clip-ins, and it like cost me like that's like more than 80 keyboards worth, and like 80 HHKBs, like 83 HHKBs, I guess. And that was like the same price as like any of these non-cherry clip-ins. Like probably would cover 10. Like it was like at $15 per like, you know, set of 5 stabilizers. That covers like 10 HHKBs for like the same price that I can cover 83 using cherry clip-ins. And like, I don't know, again, like it's like I don't mind paying more for something good, but like does it have to be good and complicated? Will this blow my mind? Let's find out. Can never talk about lube in a serious manner. Okay, so you said hit the normal spots, but like I guess the thing is like it's been so long since I've used something that wasn't BDZ on a wire that like I don't know what a normal amount is or what light means in this context. I mean, if anything, I do have. Sassy the Sasquatch sample. I have no idea. I'm just playing off of smooth sounds. This is Smooth Paradise 14. I can send it over. Let's see. We're at like, I guess the song at 36:48. So one thing that I get a little bit worried about is, and you guys tell me. So I think Jesus. Chris, bedtime for me. Have a nice stream. All right, Conan, thanks so much for dropping by. The thing that concerns me, so I think I've oriented this correctly on one side. I would hope. Let me know if that seems correct, but you know that's operating the way that I would expect it to. But the part that concerns me is that there's no hole in the back, so it's like how would you go and plug this if you needed to plug it? Because I don't know if I put too much or too little. And the thing is, like, I don't know how I'd be able to sort of extract or add any lube here. You know, like, is it too late? Never used a stabilizer without a backdoor, right? Yeah. Corn, welcome. We are trying to learn how to use these Type Plus YIKB stabilizers. They are very weird. Never done this before. Okay, so I've added some lube to it. I'll take some of this away. It's starting to confuse me. I don't know if it's enough. I guess we'll do some testing when we get it all settled in. Let's take inventory of how many tabs I have open in Firefox, and it turns out I have just over 30 tabs of just VTuber content. Is that enough, though? I don't know if that's enough. Only? Shit, you're right back. Yeah, you better, man. What are we even doing right now? That's ridiculous. Okay, I get this feeling that first side of that first wire, maybe I didn't put enough. I don't know. Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of the insertion, but no clue on the lube amount yet. I can see how it's kind of nice in terms of like getting like the insertion, but it's also just I'm not used to it, so it's simultaneously nice and confusing for now. Maybe I'll get it, but also I only bought 3 boxes of this, so that's like 6 HHKBs worth. Something like that. 5 HHKBs worth. Which these are the Type Plus. Five HHKBs. Like, it seems nice because, as I understand it, it's like it's going to be hard to. It's the first time you use these. Got a friend recommended me and had good things to say. Yeah, this is my first time. I've actually had these included. I think in like the Lily, and maybe one other board, and then like I just. Like I just got nervous. I folded, and then I decided to use other stabilizers. But this time, I actually bought these, and trying to figure out how to use them. And I hope here that I've gotten it. Let's find out. That might be the end of this playlist. Let me get a new one on. And again, the part that makes me nervous is, okay, what if I did under lube? There's no, like 2-1 said, there's no back door to plug. There's a front door, I guess. I don't know if it's like that easy to access. All right. I really don't like these clear plastic washers. Not a fan. So it's like I'll always go back and use these like fiber washers. The ones you can get like Amazon, like 1,000 of them for like $6. I lost one. Great. I need the screwdriver too. So yeah, just as a reminder, last week I worked on this Optica, which is a gummy O-ring, and I didn't have enough clip-in stabilizers for the whole board, but I had enough. I had enough for the space bar, which I guess is all you really need, right? And so given that, and given that, you know, I've not been super happy with TX after exhausting my, you know, my remaining stock of them pretty much, I did go ahead and buy, you know, a giant bulk of cherry clip-ins off Mauser. Also, the Optica itself, it's got some issues. The PCB has got some issues. I use the hot swap PCB, and I'm hoping it's just the hot swap PCB, but like it'll seem like we'll need to actually use the solder build. We use the hot swap PCB because I was worried about whether or not that stabilizer plan would work. It does, but I think we can transition to the solder PCB, and hopefully that will work. My 7 key has not been registering nicely. Like, it's very inconsistent. And when I say inconsistent, it's like sometimes it'll just go out, and it'll go out for a long period of time. And then I don't know what it is that I actually do, but sometimes it'll just come back and work. But it's actually been few and far between. And then it'll just like go out again. Like most of the last 7 days, it wasn't working. There was like a time in the beginning and then maybe like an hour in the middle where it was working. But mostly I've had no access to a 7 key. I feel like it's a hot swap socket issue. You know, so all the more reason to, you know, continue having hot swap. Hot swap, one of the greatest inventions in keyboard history. Meanwhile, also I'm getting like double taps on the B key, which that might be a switch issue. Doesn't make it less annoying. Also, I'm not sure if like I pressed it in too much or something, but there is a little something weird about like how like it's like very deep in. Like if you like, I don't know how to explain it other than that, like the distance between the case and then like the key, like, or like the height difference is very minimal, and it's like it's very weird. For example, like feeling for the control key, there's just a number of things actually weird with the Optica, and some of it is design, some of it is possibly just PCB, I don't know. So hopefully some fixable at least, and maybe that'll be a future build, just transitioning over. Okay, so we got all these guys in. I suppose I forgot to put a poll up for the the switches. You guys want to see something? I have Gateron stages tuned, kind of, somewhat tuned. They're tuned. Or you guys want to see like a light tactile or medium-ish tactile? I didn't put up a poll. What do you guys think on switches? Let me know. Type it in. Meanwhile, let's figure this out. Alright, I got Gateron Sages, and then these Akko Cream Blue V3, I don't know, it's Cream Blue Pro V3 or something. I also never marked this spacebar spring or spacebar switch up. This build config alu plate case with what kind of mounting? It's this like, I don't know what you call it. I don't know what the name of it is. It's like these little snap gaskets, like PCB. Like you kind of, they chomp at the PCB. I don't know what your guys' thoughts are, but I just pulled out a DCS windbreaker. Apparently, GMK windbreaker is supposed to be shipping soon. Okay. Pretty impressive, actually. They like little nubbins. It might be tadpole. They don't go through or anything like that. I forgot if that's how tadpole works, but yeah, I kind of have forgotten what tadpole looks like. Like I vaguely remember. They look like little Pac-Mans. Here. Here it is. Gaskets look like this. They look like this, and then like where you see that little mouth is where the PCB goes. And then I guess you just press it in. There's a name for this. I think it's even on somewhere for glare, but I'm not looking at it right now, so. Okay, that is impressive. I will say at this stage that is pretty impressive. Because yeah, at least one of these I used like really minimal lube and it sounds nice. Alright, we'll do Gateron Sage. Is that cool, you guys? Hope you guys don't hate me, but I'm using Gateron Sage. I think there were some springs that went with these, and I don't know what I did with them. These are spring swapped. I think these are slow 4s. Now, I am curious about... Can I just snap these in without a plate fork? I guess it is possible. Seems like it. Okay. I didn't need these. Quick time check, it is 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? Okay, so that's pretty interesting. So the way they did it is the height that comes up off of these gaskets is the height kind of necessary for pressing in like a switch, like that switch bottom. So you already kind of have like some good sense of how this should sort of fit together. That's pretty neat. Now, I'm guessing there's a chance you could do this in the other order. You put the switches in first, and then after you've done that, using plate forks or whatever, I'm guessing you could put these gaskets in after. Ooh, that is feeling a little weird. I think because this is not closed. There we go. Excuse me. You guys know much about these Gateron sages? I was reading they're supposed to be like long pole milky yellows. It was kind of interesting. I did film these, but it does seem like some of them did not fully close when I was just kind of using regular pressure to kind of close the switch together. And I never took it, milky yellows to have that issue. Maybe it's just because I haven't used milky yellows in a really long time. Or I don't know if that's an adjustment made for this. But it just uses the same materials. I think that is a 90-gram spacebar spring. Alright, let's take a look, see we have no bent pins. Looking pretty good. Pretty good. Looks good. Alright, I don't think there's any bent pins here. So I could take a quicker look at how far pressed are all these switches. I did get one just now pressed in a little bit better. Looking from the side, everything seems relatively alright, maybe. There we go. Alright. Cool. Oh, these are box. Let me see if I have the other one. Oh, I did get new solder in case this one dies on us. Clean up a little. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's get started. Is this enough heat? I don't think it is. Good news, you're not trying to melt lead-free solder? Yep. I do agree that that is good news. And I forgot to switch up Blackwire. Sorry about that. Yes, welcome and sorry. Yeah, switching over to Wednesday nights this time, or moving forward. Sorry. We gotta figure out this situation here. I was replacing some switches in my brother's mouse, and my god, that shit would not melt. Alright, I think we're actually getting heat now. Hopefully. Yep. That's good. Oh, so interesting thing about this glare60. It's my first time in 14 years of being in this hobby, and really, when I think about it, just ever. This is the first time I've ever had to pay customs fees. Like, DHL said there was a customs bill and that I'd had to pay for it in order to release it. Never had that before. I think I just otherwise been lucky or something, I guess. I don't know if that has anything to do with tariff collections. But I mean, I have heard of having to pay customs even prior to the tariffs of the last year and a half. Pretty sure that's a tariff. How much was it? It was like 30 bucks. 32 bucks or something like that. Which is otherwise interesting because, as I kind of mentioned, I bought a ton of about 252U cherry clip-in stabilizers from Mouser, and then they flat out just included tariff collections, literally labeled as like tariff fee, like on the, you know, on the checkout invoice. And so when I hear, you know, DHL sending me a message about, oh, like, we paid customs, my perception is, yeah, it could maybe be a tariff, but I've heard of people having to do this before. I just never have. Adept, welcome. Night 10, welcome. I still have not had to pay a tariff directly yet. Yeah, this is my first real one. Used to be an $800 exception. Oh. How much was the glare? It's good that you bring that up. Now I have to look up how much I paid for this glare. $568. Alright, we should be good on alignments here, but you know. It's a glare. Let's give it some extra love, you know? Still haven't heard back about my my replacement armrest pads from what is probably a fake chair company. I paid a cool $38 for them. Exactly what I purchased. They sold out on their site, but they have other variants still in stock that I didn't buy. No tracking yet. Once we finish this row, I'm going to do this from the top. All right. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed, but I did switch the, okay, a couple things. One, last week, I just forgot to turn off my monitor light. But for all subsequent weeks prior to that, it was positioned a little bit differently, so now it's here instead of there. I think this is a little bit better now, lighting wise. Clexus, welcome. Clexus, I was just mentioning, I did buy 252U stabilizers from Mouser for the cool cost of like 85 bucks. So what would cover their, 83, around 80 to 83 HHKB stabilized keyboards for what I think would probably be around 10 in some other nicer stabilizer. Even Duroc TX Type Plus. Well, damn, yeah. They haven't come in yet, and I did try using Type Plus on this build tonight. It's very confusing, but I gotta say it is impressive. I was hearing, from chat here that you're not supposed to use a lot of lube, and so accordingly I did not use a lot of lube. And then I tested it out, just prior to soldering, and like, oh wow, yeah, that does sound not rattly for how little lube I had to use. You don't want to go for the 100 plus just for the price break? No, I bought 250 units, so it's like there was a 100 plus price break, but then there was another one at 250. I'm like, let's do the 250. That way I'll never have to think about it again. Well, I guess I won't have to think about it for another 80 boards. But yeah, 250 stabilizers divided by 3 per HHKB. No, I said 83. 83 HHKBs, because that's like about what, like 249? I hit 250. I did hit 250, which was that price break. I have a lifetime of supply of stabilizers and lube. Yeah, it's like, yes, practically yes. And I was mentioning also, Clexus, just before you walked in, it was Mouser explicitly lists a tariff fee. So it's like, well, I had to pay $750 for, it's basically no reason. But then what was separately weird was that this glare that we're working on right now, I had to pay $32 for what DHL called a customs fee. And so we're trying to figure out, is that a tariff or is that just normal paying a customs fee like I've heard so many other people do? And the reason why I say that is because it's what I've heard so many other people do. I've never had to pay a customs fee before, but I've heard other people did, even prior to, these tariffs of the last 18 months or so. I don't remember a tariff fee on my last Mouser, but that might have been just before it went into effect. Yeah. It was essentially like 10%. Meanwhile, the customs fee charged for this glare was definitely under 10%. I paid around $568 for this board, and it was like a $32 fee. Also, we might be able to finish this board before we finish this spool. I do have another spool in my back pocket, but maybe we won't need it. I wonder how many boards we're going to get to do. They're all hand-wavy made-up numbers. That's what it feels like, right? What's interesting is that because I paid $568 and $32 on top of that, that makes it like a pretty even $600 shipped to me for this glare. Anyways, got the raw glare, glare raw finish, HHKB. What do you guys think of DCS windbreaker on it? Is that too crazy? I definitely have other key sets. There's no shortage of other key sets, but it's what I pulled out here. GMK, yes, GMK Windbreaker. I got an email saying that it is arriving to Novel Keys if it hasn't already. I did get an email for address confirmation, so I did buy that. That's in transit. I'd also mentioned my Optica is a little messed up. PCB, hot swap PCB issues. Hopefully that's what it is, or that's all it is. Double tapping on a B, which might be a switch issue. 7 just randomly will not work for days at a time. Seems like a PCB issue. Typical hot swap, right? Also, another weird thing is the height difference between the bottom row and the case is very little. So it just feels really weird to, like, have to hit, what I map a function key to the right of short right shift. It's like, why is it so, like, low to the case? A little funny, I guess. Alright. Should be it. Let's do a little testing. Oh, oops. Oh, look at that. Still had a little bit of solder to spare, but what the hell? Oh, it's not even. I can't. I'm just moving the spool. Alright. So I don't know that this will cover a whole other build, so might have to crack open the other one next week. Yeah, DK160 is supposed to arrive before next stream, so that's probably what we're going to be working on next. I also do have a Blitz GSR. They said end of February, early March. How much do we trust that? Because I thought that that was coming at the end of 2024, personally. Sweet. Everything looks good. So plug this and this. I'm gonna go wash my hands also, and then we'll get to assembling things. I'll be right back. All right, here we are. Oh, it's a heavy boy. My goodness. Oh, I know you already got an R0896. Baruki is doing an R1 with some changes if you're interested in that. Also, Corsa Mini. What is Corsa Mini? I don't know if I'll get in on another Rukia or sorry, another 896. I'll take a look at it. I just doubt that I'll be getting in on that personally. But I am intrigued by the prospect of a board with a name that I haven't heard, with a K Corsa. Is this also by Rukia? This is interesting. There's a lot of screws to get to this weight. I thought I saw a page on glare60 assembly. I don't know if I missed it or if I lost it, or maybe it was it the Discord I was looking at? Okay, yeah, there it is. DM course of mini on click through and browse later. Right on. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see what's on my notes list here. Oh, okay. So, purchasing wise, yeah, I'm still planning on getting in on CCNG from Novel Keys. Okay, I need there's a hardware kit here. Still haven't bought contacts. Also, apparently I'm due for renewing car insurance. Great. A lot of nice little bills coming on. Very good. I did see, I wrote this down here. Okay. So, I saw Parabolica 60 extras go up. And then I was like, oh, interesting. I remember this being talked about. I don't 100% remember why I opted not to buy it. I don't remember. I started digging into it, and there's a couple of likely suspects, one of which was the weight, like copper being used, or I think there's a big old copper piece in the middle or something like that. Some big weight in the middle of it. Second, I think it also just coincided with around the time that I just left to play Pokemon. So, yeah. I think that was it. I saw the extras go up, and I guess also a weird thing, it looked like there was a solder option available, but all the extras are only just, they only appear to just be hot swaps, so maybe passing, I suppose. Okay, so I guess this is supposed to be like that. Also, I guess the people who made it, in Studio, INN Studio, I went to their site at least the other day, and it looked super broken. So there's not a whole lot of good, up-to-date info on this situation. Does anyone here remember anything about the Parabolica? No clue on that. All right. Good to know. I probably made the right choice then, not purchasing it. I never did end up getting on any of those secondhand Zephyr Z1s. I did really like that green one, but haven't seen one of those pop up yet. Okay, so I guess now at this stage you just press it in. And then I guess this is how you take it out, through this plate. And then if you went plateless, I think there's some other tabs on the PCB that you pull out from. But I guess this is as deep as it goes. And then those little Pac-Man like you know, gaskets, I don't know, grommet gas, I don't know what they're called. Yeah, they just sit against the bottom, I suppose. Alright, so unless anyone has any objections, I'm putting on DCS windbreaker. It's already out, so. More news and notes, oh, I guess one more keyboard piece. I just saw that message show announcement saying that he is opting not to retire. You guys catch that? Show not retiring via Discord. I don't know. You check the Discord. Maybe I dreamed it. Maybe it was a dream. So what I wrote in my notes. So I guess that was all for nothing, right? It's kind of like when rappers say they retire. Saying, no, you're not. Unretired announcement. It just occurred to me, DCS Windbreaker is using like the Cherry replica legends, like the not so great replicas. Like it looks okay, but I feel like as a replica, it's not very good. I don't know why I didn't realize it before. Like it didn't occur to me that it wasn't using, what is it called, Gorton, or the Wise style font. Yeah, just this morning at 1 a.m. Alright, I'm not crazy. Alright, and then the remainder of my announcements are all notes about Pokemon. I feel pretty done-ish with ZA. Like, I filled the decks. I have, like, a couple of research task quests left. But, like, main actual side quests, those are done. I haven't bought every piece of gear. I haven't done this Mega Rush Rogue challenge yet. Sounds actually kind of hard. And I don't have all the online titles. But otherwise, it's like I am done with the decks. I've been very slowly grinding through Leaf Green. They just announced or released on Switch. Very slowly. I had a lot of work the last couple days, but I think it's going to ease up at least a little bit. Ooh. What y'all think? Glare. Let's test this out. Yes, and that's what I want to talk about. Winds and waves. All right, real quick before I get to winds and waves, because I want to talk about fire red and leaf green for just one little second. Apparently, I haven't finished yet, but apparently, like Pokemon Crystal for the 3DS Virtual Console, they actually added a little bit of something, which is like they unlocked something that would have otherwise been an event. In Virtual Console 3DS Crystal, they let you have the item that lets you go get Celebi. In this one, they're doing the same thing with apparently a couple of... I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, so if it's a spoiler, just mute. They're letting you get Deoxys and Lugia and Ho-Oh, and apparently the Deoxys, as I understand, should be shiny huntable. So that's actually super exciting, because trying to figure out how to get a shiny Deoxys prior to this announcement, you know, from about a week ago, was like something that was like been on my mind of like, oh, how am I going to do this? I feel like there's a way, but like a really crazy way to deal with this. But now I can just do this off of the Switch, so that's sick. Anyway, as for winds and waves, so I've known the title via, you know, leaks on Twitter, but I've heard that there's been more stuff leaked about it. I haven't looked super far into that, other than like, I mean, even just based off the name, it does seem like there's going to be a lot of water. I did think that that was pretty cool how they like went under the water, so I'm gonna guess they're bringing diving back as a mechanic, but now this time in 3D. So that is actually really interesting, really intriguing. I'm very curious. So, yeah. I think all the starters look real good. All of them. I do like all of them. So, yeah. Very cool. I'm excited. I'm excited to learn more, too. Especially just learn more and see what happens. Not thrilled with a 2027 release, but I guess that gives me more time to enjoy all these other games as I try to get caught up. I have like 500 hours in Violet. I did buy a Japanese copy of Scarlet, which, you know, first thing you do when you turn it on, it does let you choose the language, so that translates pretty well. But yeah, I could just play Scarlet as a way to get everything all over again for the next year. What bipedal terrors will they turn into? I think a lot of people seem to be worried about that. Okay. All right. So here we go. Let me actually update this build command. I realized I never did it. Aluminum plate. What else is there really to say? Gateron Sage. Switches / sprit. Slow. 4 68-gram springs. And DCS Windbreaker. Jonas, welcome. Before I buy more Pokemon games, I should finish the ones that I own. Eevee? Was it you that won Eevee? I forget. I guess I gotta look this up here. I haven't finished any Pokemon game other than OG Sapphire. I haven't finished that one too. Yes, that was you who won Eevee. And I'm surprised it worked, but hey, it did. Oh, still didn't finish. I did finish it. I finished it. I finished the decks, and then I was able to get the Pokemon Home exclusive shiny. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but you get a shiny something out of completing the decks and converting or transferring everything over to Home. I really didn't like it at first, but then like as I played it more and more, I'm like, oh, okay, this is familiar. But now I'm playing it all over again because I'm Doing the 7th iteration of Kanto here with Switch Leaf Green. I did really like OG Sapphire. I never played Emerald, but I did put several hundreds of hours into Sapphire as a teenager, which, at the time seemed pretty crazy. But yeah, I love Sapphire. I wished I got Emerald at that time. In retrospect, I feel like that would have been a nice little thing, a nice little investment to have, right? Have you looked at Emerald prices? It's crazy. Like even in Japan, where some of these like used Japanese copies, while you're in Japan, are supposed to be cheaper, are still crazy expensive. It's wild. Look at this. Oh, this is definitely fake. There's no way this is real. This is like copied. But look at this. This one presumably is real if it's priced to this high. 330 bucks. You know what this reminds me of is the GameCube component cables. Yeah, this is crazy. You know what's I might have mentioned this on stream before, but what was so sad was that I had the choice between this and the PS2 component cables, and then I chose the PS2 component cables. Those do nothing for anybody at this stage. 12 bucks. I mean, I don't know. These are probably all like generics. Official OEM 60 bucks. Okay. But yeah, this one 300 bucks. Wild. I should have done it. Oh well. Anyways, let's do this type test. Exclamation build. There it is. glare60 aluminum plate. Gateron sage switches. Spritz slow extreme 4. 68 gram springs. UCS windbreaker. Also Type Plus stabilizers. Very weird to sort of handle, but they are actually kind of impressive. Anyways, that's what we got. Let's do a little type test, yeah? Okay, that was a really short test. I'll do another one here on this view. All right. You know what? Sounds good. How do you like the stabilizers? Impressive. Okay, maybe this just wasn't pressed all the way down, but yeah, no, it's actually pretty impressive. I did use a pretty light amount of lubricant, and yeah, it's pretty crazy that you don't have to use much for it to sound like this. Pretty crazy. I do think Shift sounds better than Enter. Maybe this is the one I used a little bit less on. I don't know. Pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan. DCS, we're at 0. Welcome back. 0, I remember, I think I had some browns from you, right? What did I ever use those in? I used them in my Fukuro. Pretty crazy how little lube you need. I think I could have stood to use a little bit more in that Enter. Just a little more. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. It's probably completely fine. Type Plus Stabilizers review. As a first-time user, very weird, but surprisingly effective. Especially with little lube. Those browns were they were a long time ago for sure. I don't know. Okay, so I have something to mention. It was when I first came back in was it January 2nd? I got this. First came back on January 2nd, I got this, and I'm like, man, I don't know why I did this. I got all these TTC silent, what was it, silent bluish tactiles. I really wish they weren't silent. I was like, I shouldn't have done that. And I'm just reminded of how there's some people who buy like tons and tons of the same Switch, and I'm guessing Zero, you are or were a big Browns guy if you had some to give, or am I just remembering it all wrong? Are these the full silent or half silent? These are the full silent. Was there a non-silent version, or is what I'm thinking is a non-silent, a half silent? Because I think these are the full silent. Can you guys even hear that? I shouldn't have done that. This is so much. This is just so much. I put these in my my Choco 60 Rev 2 that I got in Tokyo. And I'm like, there's a part of it that's like, man, I should have put something that wasn't that. And I don't know what I would ever put these in other than like, I don't know, I guess the once in a blue moon taking commissions from people who happen to once in a blue moon want silence. I guess that's it, really. Alright, what else we got here? It is a 10:49. Wow, we haven't even hit 2 hours. Alright, I guess we could find a way to stall for at least another 20 minutes. Cherry Brown / Black Enjoyer. How can we stall another 20 minutes? I feel like not streaming for 2 hours is kind of it's kind of a scam. What do you think? Let's take a look at my calendar. DK160 next week. Philco. I got a couple Philcos and apparently a Real Force to do. I'm not actually sure. I don't know where this Real Force is. It's like it's been on my list. A surprising amount of newbies opt for silence, but seldom tactiles. It's like silent linears. Let's update this. This is glare. Is glare60 one word, or is there a space between the glare and the 60? Anybody here know? DCS, what is this? Windbreaker. Pretty sure Gian puts a space, but no space better for SEO. Let's see. Let's take a closer look. Okay, glare60. The channel on the Gian Discord is glare60 with no space. But the image with the options and a bunch of other spots does have a space in it. Make it a 2 keyboard night. I think 2 keyboards is too long. I think it might be just a little too long. Alright, Sage. Get around Sage. Built. What's today? Linear. What stabilizer did I use? Type plus. Type plus. Is type plus just a capital T and nothing else? What's today? The 4th. Okay. The mount is called Snap Fit. Do you think that that's like indicative of what it is? Is it really Snap Fit? Alright, I think that should be it. Let's see if we can update this site real quickly. Man, I always forget the commands. Oh, is this like the key snap things? I don't know what a key snap thing is. All right, real quick, let's do this. What is key snap? A Nuxros thing. Is it? I'm trying to be able to tell. Yes, glare60 is listed as confirmed compatible cases when I look up Gian X Nuxros key snap. Alternative solution to gummy O-ring mount, which sandwiches the key snap between the PCB and plate for an interesting and unique mounting style. So, can you do this as an alternative to gummy O-rings when you're using screw-in stabilizers? Because they actually included a lot of them. If that's the case, maybe I didn't have to make a big deal out of the gummy O-ring thing last week. I guess I didn't receive these until now. But also, like, how how do you know how many to use? In the pictures, they just put it like one in every like edge cut, which was kind of a lot, but it also looks like when I looking at Divinity selling this key snap thing, it's like 6 per pack. What is PCB snap? Nuxros PCB snap. It's seated on O-ring posts. Oh, sorry. O-ring. Oh! I'm kind of trying to sorry, I just have like a stupid face. But I'm trying to figure out what is the difference between PCB snap and key snap. As I'm looking at them. Like I guess it says it sits on dummy O-ring mount posts. I'm guessing that's not necessarily what you're getting or wanting out of using these key snaps. It's interesting, right? Because, okay, Nuxros, I feel like I had only really heard initially from doing the Seabass stuff, right? Is that what Nuxros is known for? I just find it like interesting because it's like, oh wow, he's doing all these Geon collabs to the point where it made it into Glare. It's crazy. Seabass and Crush 65. I see. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, did the site update? I think it did. Yeah, there it is. glare60 now built. I got 3 unbuilt boards here on hand. If this is true, I don't know much about this guy. Got a few on the way. DK160 is supposed to be here soon. Hopefully Blitz also. One of them sits only on the PCB closer to tray mount. I see. Okay, that makes sense. I gotta find out about some of these other ones. I wonder what I don't know if Frank's still here. Curious about the ASCII F. What's the status on that? Very curious. I'm very slowly doing switches. And it's like I can afford to be this slow because, you know, boards coming in and everything. But all right, what else we got? The video is helpful to show the difference. Oh, I should probably watch it then. Like, I'm more... Okay, alright. So here, I'm more curious about, like, how it works than how it sounds. The detail portions. Oh. Okay, key snap. Attaches to the PCB like a mounting point. Wait, is this not the PCB snap? Is this key snap or PCB snap? All right, I'm not 100% sure that this is that. Because look at this. It doesn't look the same. Let me watch this again. Okay, because this one looks like a U, and then is very horizontal to this. This one, where is that? This one is not shaped like a U, but is still very horizontal to this. This one is different. This is like let me see. You see this? It's very little, and then it's more shaped like a C, which I guess is also a U, but like the C like goes into the PCB like this. I can't really show that very well. It goes in like this. One of them has cutout and is U-shape. For oh snap, what is this? Yeah, I don't know. G on the site, I think, said you called it a snap fit. Yeah, let me see if I can show it overhead a little bit better. So it right now is Jesus. In the board right now, it's sitting like this. But like sideways, it looks like this. And so the PCB slips into this. So I don't know. There's a part of me that thinks it's neither of those, but I guess similar in nature. Yeah, I don't know what this is. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, I've done a minimal amount of reading, so it's funny actually. If you look at the glare60 channel on the Geon Discord, there's actually very little info, like written info. It's like mostly pictures. Alfalfa, welcome. Look at this. Oh, this is full screen, isn't it? Look at this. Like it's mostly pictures, like picture. Okay, here we see this. And I showed this a little bit earlier, but we could zoom into this more, I guess. That's what it looks like. Yeah, so Cluck is maybe an early iteration, possibly, or just something vaguely similar to it. Just like a different shape, different form, but same idea. A picture of the sale details and the number of units. More pictures. Okay, a bunch of Korean, which I think is translated here, which is really no detail on the mounting. Is even as far as you scroll up, no real written info. It's a heavy boy though. Hey, that's actually something we could do to waste time. Here. £7, 11 ounces. This is a pretty heavy board. It's up there with my my copper S60 V2. It's up there. Heavy boy. Oh, is that CYL Winberg? No, this is DCS. CYL is, I think, still in transit, or I don't know, maybe they have it already, but I haven't received it, so it's in transit to me at least. I don't know. I haven't received shipping. I just got a shipping address confirmation email. But yeah, this is DCS. So hopefully, this keyboard won't give me as many issues as the Optica has in the last week, or I guess the last 6 days. The Optica not had solid access to a 7 key all week. So let's hope for the best here. All right. I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I had today. Let's see, did I write anything else down? No. All right. Let's take a look and see who's online. All right, we got Sup Caitlin. We got 39 Daff. Whoa, what is this? Is this just really low? Oh, I guess can't really see there. Okay. TK. Oh, you know, I think TK Breezy. I think I saw him in that Pokemon Champions trailer. Sup Caitlin did that Bolsa supply keyboard, huh? Was it? That sounds actually super familiar. You're right. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Holy crap. 2021. Late 2021. Yo, wait. Did Pokopia drop already? Oh. I see. I think it just dropped 2 hours ago. When the Sup Chris board come out. What? No, Klexus, you could look this up. It was, hold on, let me just paste it in chat. You guys can have fun watching this off stream. Today, I think, yeah, no, I think it just came out, or I think it just dropped 2 hours ago. So I see some streamers playing it right now. Anyways, yeah, if you guys want to send over any raid suggestions, particularly if there are any keyboard streamers, I don't think there are, or Pokopia streamers, feel free. I just lost that video. Here you go. I actually see this guy. This guy has, if I recall correctly, this guy had some pretty interesting stuff. Divatopia is playing Pokopia. Divatopia. Do you guys know much about Rudism? I think this guy built a... hold on, let me look it up. Am I thinking of this correctly? What the fuck? Okay. Here we go. I found it. Anyways, this guy is on right now. This is a YouTube video. I'm trying to find pictures, but I can only just find YouTube videos. He made a key ball, But he also made this other thing. Oh, maybe... Here it is. Does he have a picture of him doing it? Oh, here. The quartzy. If you're wondering why it's called the quartzy, I don't know how big we can make that thumbnail. That's why it's called the quartzy. He's working on a Furby controller. All right, let's rate him. I'm also like, I kind of don't really want to rate a Pokopia streamer right now just because I don't want to be spoiled. Now I think about it. What a world we live in. All right. Set off the raid to Rootism. Yeah, I'll be back next Wednesday, presumably working on the DK160. Is that what it's called? DK160? Yeah. So, yeah, I will see you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.